Oh, that is not good. All right, so we're trying to go live. I was trying to go live with Rob, but we're having technical difficulties. I don't think Rob will be joining me tonight. Hopefully, he slides into the DMs over here. Oh, what was that? I'll just happen. All right. So I was just saying, I don't think Rob's gonna be able to join us today because we thought it'd be much easier to get a live stream going with the both of us, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Him and I are going to iron out those details because we do want to go live together often. What's up? Yeah, let's see if Rob's there. Hey, Joey, I'm drinking these, whatever the hell these things are. But, yeah, so Rob and I are going to iron out the technical details. What's going on, everybody? And hopefully iron out it so we can go live together because, one, I miss being here with them, and I think the live sessions would be more entertaining with him and I going back and forth. So we're going to try to figure that out. We might have to download some software or whatever the case may be, but let me turn down my AC. But if you guys know an easy way to go live, let me know because I would like to know how to do that because I don't know how to do it. And Rob and I are looking forward to that, and it looks like it's not going to happen. All right, so I actually have a lot of questions. I'm doing well, brother. What's up? I have quite a few questions to answer that I got in Instagram over the last couple of days. Like I said, we're going to try to make this where Rob and I can do this a couple times, or once a week at least. We're trying to figure it out. But I'll get right into the questions now. If you guys have any other questions there, just ask them now. So I didn't write them down like I normally do. I have it on my phone this time. Yeah, it's not even the fact that his internet's shitty. It's that I guess we don't have the right software. For some reason, I thought it was a lot easier to go live. Yeah, easiest way. All right, so let's get into this. What am I hoping for this year in terms of projects, and what have I planned for? So, well, obviously, this year, you guys know I killed my first clutch, right? Whether that was fertility issues, whatever the case may be, but Big Mama's clutch is in there. It's on day 39 right now, and it's looking like fantastic. So I'm not worried about her clutch. So this year, I'm looking forward to just producing my own snakes. I'm looking forward to hatching my own snakes, and I'm going to hold back one female for myself just to hold it back. At best case scenario, it's a banana head pied. I'm just going to hold it back just because it's the first snake I ever produced. But you talk about the upcoming season. What I'm really excited about is a new pied male that I'm getting for my pied collection. So I'm looking forward to producing some crazy pieds. I'll just drop it now. What he is? He's an orange dream, yellow belly, pastel, fire, leopard pied male from Ozzy. So I'm going to have that normal pied female, two normal pied females ready to go for him, and an Enchi pastel pied female ready to go for him. So I'm looking forward to those projects. What's going on? Amazing. So that's what I'm looking forward to this season. I guess kind of this year, next season, whatever you want to call it. Also going to have like 4 or 5 other females. So I'm probably going to have to pick up another male just because I don't think my Coral Glow Black Pastel Trick Mojave male is going to be able to lock with like 5 females. Yeah, I'm really excited about him. Hopefully I get him sometime in August. So we'll see. If you want to start breeding snakes, how many should I get? As of now, I have 3 babies. Well, I guess it's like anything else, right? If you're looking to get into breeding, it's how big you want to take it. If you only want to have a couple clutches a year, like my buddy Big Ed over in Jersey, he's got 3 high-end female clowns and 1 great male. That's all he wants to do. He wants to produce 3 clutches a year, have 3 decent high-end clown clutches a year, and that's it. So he only needs 4 snakes. I think he has a 5-tub rack system from Sea Serpent, and that's what he keeps in his living room. That's all he needs. But if you're looking to have like, big breeding projects like Rob and I are looking to do, you need more snakes. I mean, it's really that simple. So it really depends on how many genes you want to work with, or if you don't really, if you don't want to have specific goals, like, obviously I want to work with pieds, clowns, pieds, and puzzle. So that I'm gearing my projects towards that. I need as many females as I can possibly take in those different genes to have to breed for the future. So it really depends on what you want to do in the future. You want to be low key, or you want to go big? I mean, I suggest going big because that's just my personality. Yeah, what's funny was when Rob, quote unquote, moved in for those couple weeks. Rob, what I have 8 snakes or 8 ball pythons or 9 ball pythons, and I think I went from 9 ball pythons, 8 ball pythons, like 23. Um, yeah, it is what it is. Ah, Frankie from downstairs. Yeah, so shit, yeah, I think I went from 8 to like 23. It happens quick. It is what it is. Nice. Cool. Send me some pictures. Have you ever been stuck with hatchlings for longer than you wanted to? How long does it typically get rid of your snakes? Well, here's a question to that. I don't know because I haven't had to sell any hatchlings. The only snake I've ever had for sale is my Coral Glow Het Pied that Saul bought. Who actually, if you head over to Saul's Balls, his Instagram and his YouTube, he's got he just has to clutch with the male I sold him, and he crushed the odds. I think out of 9 eggs, the pairing was just a Coral Glow Het Pied to a black pastel. I think out of 9 eggs, he hit 6 bananas, 4 of which or Coral Glow, banana Coral Glow Black Pastel. So head over to his channel. Definitely check that out. Check out Racer Reptiles, Red Lion Pythons, and Porter Pythons, all those guys. But head over to Joey's Bash with C&J Reptiles, right? Head over to him. But long story short, I don't know how long it takes to sell snakes because I haven't had to really. I have the one white wedding for sale right now, that male. But Joey Bass is going to be grabbing him on Friday. Hopefully, we'll see how that goes. It took him 3 months to grab the other snake from Rob, so we'll see what happens. Most overrated morph and most underrated morph. But with 20 seconds, how do you consider it better? Yeah, so you know what's funny, Royal, is I'm running into that problem right now. Last week, I went to feed a bulk of my collection. I don't like to feed twice a week. My smaller snakes get 2 meals a week. And obviously, my larger snakes get 1 large rat or 1 medium rat per week. And last week, I had to feed all one time on Saturday. Went to Country Critters. I gotta throw shade, brother. I gotta throw shade, Joey. So I actually went to Country Critters to pick up rats, and with 23 snakes, 25 snakes with my retic and my boa, it cost me like $85 at the pet store. Now, normally you can pick up like rats cheaper from like wholesalers around town, but that's whether or not you can find somebody actually in stock. So right now I have my African soft fur colony going. So I'm looking to produce my own African soft furs. If it starts going well, I'm going to probably buy 3 levels of the ARS rodent rack system, and then hopefully try to produce 200 to 300 ASFs myself because they don't get as big, they don't smell as bad, and the snakes seem to benefit from them. So to answer your question, I plan on producing ASFs. I haven't thought about like Norwegian rats right now, just the ASFs. So I'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to go on rodentpro.com probably Friday or Saturday and pick up a bunch of frozens. Just I want to have probably like 40 mediums in there and like 40 smalls, just so I can throw a meal with my snakes if I have to. Yeah, Racer Rob's gonna go huge, man. Rob. I'll tell you right now, in another year and a half, probably less. Rob's gonna have a serious rat colony going, well, several, right? 50 rat colonies going, and a serious collection, man. I'm so envious. I'm so happy. Listen, it's really nice when good things happen to good people. Like Rob's a great dude, and everything worked out well for him. He's got the nice house down there. He's selling dogs left and right. He's getting a big facility going. Really happy for him. Hopefully he can. I guess I don't know. Can you sell me frozen thawed? We'll see what happens. So most underrated and most overrated morph. Um, Most underrated, I would say Trick. I don't hear a lot about Trick right now. The only reason why Trick's on my mind is because I was just feeding my Coral Glow Trick male. I really like how Trick breaks up the pattern. Even just a Trick by itself looks really nice. I'm really curious. I was really excited to like breed the Coral Glow Black Pastel to other snakes, and he has Mojave in him also, so I can hit it with that lesser pastel, create some bells. What I'm really excited about is getting that Trick involved in things. I think it's an older gene. I think it's been around for a decent amount of time. It's not brand new, but I don't think people really explored it all that much. So I'm really excited to get some Trick into some things and see how it breaks up the pattern and combine it with a couple of genes. Most overrated morph. I don't know. Most overrated morph. People are obsessed with what was it? The Ultramel. I don't really care for it, to be honest with you. Albino. I guess I'm gonna loop them all together, like Ultramel, albino, even the lavender albinos that Rob has. I like them; they look really nice. I feel like people are going nuts over this Ultramel shit. Um, I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest with you. So to me, the overrated like fad right now is the Ultramel stuff. I don't really like it. I haven't already looked at something. I gotta have that. I don't know much about Orange Crush, to be honest with you. But I know there's what's that gene? It's Chris Hardwick just did a thing on the Super Grims, the Grim Reapers. They look really fucking nice. So I mean that's something to look into too. I think you can get like the Grim Reaper is obviously a super grim. So I think you can get into the Grim Project for like $1,000 for a male and a female. I haven't seen many females for sale. The males are about $500 a piece, but the Grim Reapers look really cool. I like them a lot. Uh, yeah, I'm a big clown guy. I love clown. Yeah, no, Joey, I really like that girl. I was secretly hoping you were going to pick that girl up. Right? How nice are the Grim Reapers? I really want to get into that project eventually too. What was I going to say? Yeah, mutation. Like if you follow me on Instagram, I think you do. Yeah, you do. I tried to have a colony and TR always being a pain in the ass. I tried to get an ASF colony going originally, and like I introduced that one that wasn't part of the colony, original colony, and it killed all the other ones. So I do have the 5 back there now, and they're looking really nice, and they haven't killed each other. And I just picked up a nice tub for them. Frank, if I tell you who that is, you'll die laughing. I could probably figure it out, right? No dummy. I'm not sold on the hurricane. I never thought about that, Rob. You think hurricane and trick are the same thing, or you think they're just similar? Mine are all great, really nice. That's really interesting. I didn't think about that. Trick and hurricane. Maybe I won't get a hurricane clown then. I really want to get in the hurricane clown project. Maybe I'll just actually today that spider clown female found the 8, Rob. I was really happy about that. Maybe I get her up to size and make some hets with my Corvo trick, right? They do break it up like the same way, don't they? The first colony I bought did great, produced a couple litters until they passed. That sucks. Another pair of triple head puzzle clown hypo. That's been calling my name. Triple Jesus. That's nice. How much is that? So Soul asked me today, does the size of the egg matter when it comes to incubation? I think so. I approve. So if you follow Soul Balls, his clutch is on 50 days and they picked at 49 days. If I remember correctly, the eggs weren't that big. So what he's saying is that because his snake gave birth to like smaller eggs, did they incubate quicker? And again, I have no idea. I tried to do a little research on it, and nobody really had any like verification whether. Yeah, the white wedding is nice, guys. I really like that snake. I was trying to feed him just now. I left the rat in the tub. Hopefully he's doing all right. I gotta check him out in a little bit, but he's really cool, man. He's all white with those black eyes and a couple black spots. He's really, really nice. If Joey doesn't come through this weekend, I might be keeping him. So I tried to do research on whether the size of the egg matters. Some people said yes. Some people said it didn't matter. Obviously, the smaller, it's almost like the way they were describing it is like you can't count on the incubation period of a snake just because of the size of the snake. You're not cooking the egg, right? Not actually making an omelet there. So it doesn't matter. It's going to take a longer time for something to cook. So I don't think it matters all that much, but according to Saul, it kind of does because his clutch pipped at 49 eggs. You got bit by her? She was pretty cool. With 50 tons ASS, rock stuff frozen online, that would be a good idea. Yeah, Rob, if you start selling frozen ASS, I'm in. So this guy said he's a first-time owner, and how important is it for him to be weighing his snakes? Yo, what up, Flip? I think it's super important. I think everybody who breeds ball pythons will agree that weighing the snakes periodically is important. I like to wait till after they take a shit because there's sometimes where I'll feed them and 3 days later I weigh them. I'm like, oh, you put on 150 grams. We know you didn't put on 150 grams, right? She just ate a medium rat. So I like to weigh them at least once a month to kind of keep track. Just to see, if you're feeding it adequately, and you want to know how close you are to breeding that snake if your goal is to start breeding them. But also, it's to keep track of their health, right? If you're feeding the snake and it's losing weight, that's a problem. If your snake's going on like a hunger strike and it starts dropping grams, that's a problem. So I think weighing the snake is probably a really good idea just to keep track of how well your snakes are doing. Exactly, right? I know exactly what my females weigh, at least a range of what they weigh. Like that spider clown girl, I got her May 17th. And she ate for the first time today. I started not to panic. I got worried because she went from 620 grams to 598 grams. But she lost 25, 30 grams, give or take. I started to get nervous. Is it that big of a deal? No. But I still want to keep track of how large my snakes are. Well, yeah, you want them to grow, right? That's the idea. So the way Rodent Pro works, I'll just price down a shipment now. You'll order a certain amount of rats, whatever you want. Then they'll tell you how many boxes you need to fit it in. And then it'll say, listen, you ordered X amount of rats, we're going to need 2 boxes. You have 75% space available in that second box, or cut down your shipment to go in 1 box. So that was the one thing I really liked about Rodent Pro, is that it kind of showed you how much shipping would be, and then it showed you how much, like, in other words, like, let's say I needed 100 rats, but the box holds 80 rats. So it would tell you you're shipping 2 different containers, one of which is only being used at 20% capacity, which I thought was nice. So then you can either knock down how many rats you're getting, so it all fits in one shipment, or you can order more rats and pack out the boxes that you're getting. Rob, you're gonna have rats at the ass, man. That's gonna be great. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. We tried to go live together, but I'm not good with technology. We're gonna iron out the details. Hopefully this week and get it going. Yeah, Rob's gonna make a fortune. Rob's gonna be a rich, rich man. But somebody sent me the question and just said Cocoa Blocks. So I'm assuming you mean Freedom Breeder Cocoa Blocks. This is More No Morphs. More No Morphs said this. So my opinion on Cocoa Blocks, I think I spoke about this. I've had my snakes on everything from Aspen to the Rep the Bark, never Rep the Chip. I've had them on paper towels, unprinted newspaper, etc., etc. I didn't have them on Cocoa Blocks until Rob came to stay here, and I don't think I'll go back at all. When I've had them on newspaper and I've had them on paper towels, I've had issues with shed. Sometimes the shed didn't come off completely, or they shed in pieces. So far, when I've had them on the Cocoa Blocks, my snakes seem to be much happier. They seem to have a better feeding response. And also, not one time so far, my retic and my boa included, that I have any issues with shedding. It's always been one complete shed, boom, and they're done. Actually, I tried to feed that great clown that I got from Ozzy, but deep in shed. It was just striking when it wouldn't actually take it. So I'm looking forward to her to shedding quickly. So in my opinion, Cocoa Blocks, although I think Rob said they're a little behind right now because they're having issues actually getting the substrate to make the blocks because of the COVID stuff. So if you're looking to order Cocoa Blocks or you're looking to order Chip, I believe Rob said they're both behind right now. So if you order today, you won't get it till August. So definitely get your orders in. Yo, I just covered that, Rob. Took you too long to type, bro. I did not. So I'm putting together the giveaway this weekend. I'm probably going to announce it next week. And we're going to do that random name generator. It's going to be one of those things where you have to follow me on YouTube and you have to follow me on Instagram, you know. I'm going to post a video, and then all the comments are going to go into it. I'm going to pick 3 random comments out, and we'll check to see who follows me on Instagram, who follows me on Facebook, who follows me on YouTube, and then we will do it that way. Essentially, whoever emails me quickly or first or DMs me first, once they see that video, we're going to work out shipping. I'll cover shipping. I'll ship him out to you. He ate a meal the other day. Talk about that, the pastel male. He's older. I think he's like 8 or 9 years old, but he's sweet as can be. He's a boy. He's not crazy. Sweet as can be, and he loves eating. The size man. What's going on here? What did I miss? What did I miss, Bushwick? Where's the message? Because I've been thinking about really upgrading my rats to some people just want to see what happens. You're definitely going to sell the rats, right? Selling rats not going to be an issue. Going to be a while. Rest assured, right? Yeah, I mean, that's a problem. I've been lucky enough to rest assured the herbs recently. What's the size matters thing? What are you talking about? Joey, these are disgusting, by the way. Montauk hard seltzers. Just a regular Montauk. And so Joey invited me to stop by July 4th over there in Queens, which is still Long Island. And and he bought me my favorite beer because he's an absolute, Guineas are absolute gentlemen. And I wasn't able to stop by. I had to work early. So today he was sending me a bunch of pictures of how he's drinking this shitty beer that I made him buy. Sorry. Good pairings that won't break the bank. Oh, that is Joey's question. Oh, look who that you're in your other account. I was just talking shit about you, bro. I was just talking shit about how I made you buy those Montauk beers and I couldn't show up to the 4th of July. Now you're sending me pictures of you drinking them. You know what's funny is when I first started drinking at 21, of course, it was always like Jack Daniels. And then I never really drank beer. And then it was like I drank like shit beer. And then it was like I was drinking like Bud Light and stuff like that. And then my cousin actually passed away. And her brother, he's a captain in the army, flew in from Bahrain, some rich Middle Eastern country. And he was staying with me when I first got this house. And I was like, what's the beer you guys? I got like Bud Light. And he got pissed. Went up to 7-Eleven and bought a bunch of IPAs and filled up my fridge. No, he's averaging like 80 beers. And now I've been on a big IPA kick. So obviously, Long Island, I got the Montauk beer. I love the Montauk beer. Apple Crown and Sprite. I'm talking about booze now. Yeah, I tell you right now, this weekend I am buying a bottle of Jack and I am lighting a fire. As there's rain, I'm sitting in my backyard. Miss 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is the way to go. All right, good pairings that won't break the bank, as per CNJ Reptiles. No idea who that is. So good pairings. I mean, yeah, dude, Frankie, when you pick up those Voodoo Ranger things, they knocked me on my ass, right? We had like 3 or 4 of them, a little buzzed. So good pairings that won't break the bank. Honestly, I'm going to say it again. Soul just had that one clutch, was a Coral Glow and a Black Pastel. Both those snakes are inexpensive. And I think Banana / Coral Glow Black Pastels look phenomenal. I think they're absolutely sick looking. Like that one snake you like that Rob likes, the Coral Glow Black Pastel, he looks that way because of the Coral Glow and Black Pastel. Obviously, the pattern's broken up because of Trick and Mojave. But I think that's a great pairing. Honestly, you can't go wrong with pies. I know, obviously, the more intense or the more codons you have on top of your pie, the more expensive they're going to be. But you can get a normal pie, like female, and then get like a solid male pie. Like, think about it. You get a normal pie female, grow her up, right? What's she, $400? Then you spend like $1,000 on like a male pie, let's say like an Enchi, I don't know, Enchi pastel fire pie male or something like that. Why not, right? But you put some codons on top of the pie project, it look great. You can't go wrong with like cheaper recessive projects, right? You don't always have to stack all the genes on top of like a clown, all the genes on top of pie to make nice pies or nice clowns or nice desert ghosts, nice puzzles, whatever the case may be. You can always keep it simple, right? You can always just get a normal clown female and then like a killer clown male and leave them together. You can't go wrong with recessives. You don't have to have crazy codons on top of recessives. You can just have simple one gene combo recessives or just a recessive gene by itself, create nice snakes. Yeah, the problem with bells, pie parents. See, pies. Yep, great minds think alike. The problem with bells is like, I'll bring up Soul again. Soul's balls. Last season, 2 seasons ago, he had a Mojave with a lesser, and he had, I think, 6 eggs, and like 5 of them were bells. And then conversely, he had that pair the year before, and he got no bells. I think that's the only problem with like trying to rely on bells. I had that lesser pastel girl. She'll be ready to go. She's going to go with that Coral Black Belt Trick Mojave male just because I want to see if I can hit a bell and hold it back just because I like bells. They do sell really well, right? You can't go wrong with all white snakes. Well, I've been having a difficult time with the white wedding, but Joey's going to pick them up. Good pairing over to right. Just started pairing them and hope they start locking. When do I start? All right, so when do you start pairing snakes and at what weight? So here we got. What do you think about chocolate bamboo combo? I like bamboo a lot, man. I don't remember actually seeing a chocolate bamboo, but I like bamboo a lot. The first time obviously I came in contact with bamboo was Bobby from Chris Hardwick, right? The snake he's always got around his neck. Big fan, big fan of bamboo. I think bamboo looks good on a lot of different things. Well, this would be first and foremost a very expensive snake, but also like an absolute powerhouse I'd be holding back. What's bad stigma with spider? We're talking about spider. Yeah, definitely DM me. So this kid, he said he's new. We're all new. BZ Exotics. He said what size you start pairing them at. So I've had this conversation with a lot of people. Obviously, it goes back and forth. That rule of thumb is 1,500 grams for a female and 500 grams for a male. But realistically, if the male's producing sperm plugs, you should be good to go. But when you speak to like Porter from Mike from Porter Pythons, he'll tell you that he likes to wait, get the female a little more mature. He'd prefer like a 3-year-old snake that's 1,500 grams opposed to like a 2-year-old snake that's 1,800 grams. At least it's the way I understood it. So, like I had two normal pies in there. The one girl's about 2 years old. She's about 1,400 grams, or a year and a half old, 2 years old. So she'll be good to go for next season. And I also have a 7-year-old pied girl in there. That's 1,350 grams. I'm putting size on her. She wasn't really fed for feeding, so she's a little undersized. I expect big things out of her just because she's more mature. She's a 7-year-old female. So hopefully she should be more fertile and should be better off because she's older. But rule of thumb, 1,500 grams female, 500 grams for a male. As far as pairing time of the year, I guess it's super late. But here's the thing. I think I forget if Rob said it was, but somebody made a great point on YouTube, not recently, but in the past, and said, listen, like at the end of the day, ball pythons in the wild are wild animals. So you think they have a certain season where they hook up? No, they don't. So you can probably pair all year long. I know I heard a lot of people pairing all year long. I've spoken to my close friends. Some of them start pairing in September. Some start pairing in November. Some start pairing in January. Honestly, this year, I didn't really know what I was doing. I started pairing in July. I started taking my banana pie and just throwing her with the snakes, and they still didn't lay until April. I saw like 3 or 4 visual locks with all 3 of them, both the 2 females. So I would start pairing. My plan is to start pairing. So here's the thing. I'm going to have like 5 or 6 females that are going to be like 1,800 grams or 2,000 grams. I'll probably start pairing them relatively early. I'll probably start pairing them September, October, probably like end of October. Mid-October to end of October, I'll start pairing the females that are good to go right now. My girls like Big Mama or Luna or the Pastel Enchi girl, Pied girl, or that Orange Dream Fire girl. They're all like 2,200 grams, 1,800 grams right now. So in 3 or 4 months, they'll definitely be ready to go. So I'll probably start pairing them up early. With the smaller females, like my females that are sitting at 900 grams to 1,000 grams, 1,100 grams right now, they probably won't hit that 1,500 grams, 1,600 grams, 1,700 gram mark until February, March. I'll probably pair them up late in the season around then. So I guess it depends on what female I'm pairing up. If I had all females are all the same size, same age, good to go, I would say I'd probably start pairing like November 1st. I think so, just because I had the experience of pairing my snakes up in July and August, they still really didn't lay until April. How many time was that? That's October. Yeah, that's gonna be sick, huh? Damn, bro, you're gonna have DG head clouds, visual DG head cloud. That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be a good project for you. I'm excited for you, man. I'm definitely excited. My bamboo trick is ready to go. Definitely putting to work this season. Billy does great pairings year round. That's what I mean. Like you kind of just pair, right? So I think this season I'm gonna probably around shit. Like I said, around Chinley, around October, I'm probably gonna start pairing out my girls that are good to go. The ones that are sitting at 1,800 to 2,500 grams, they're gonna start getting paired early. And then my girls that aren't ready to go yet, that are probably 1,500 grams now or just under, I'll probably pair up later in the season. Yeah, people pair up all year long. I mean, that's definitely an interesting topic, right? Some people say there's a season. I guess the season coincides with monsoon season, and the only reason why it's the breeding season is the ball pythons are more likely to run into each other because they can't hang out in their burrows because they're going to drown, right? Because it's raining a lot. It's monsoon season. So I wouldn't say there's an actual season, right? If they lock, they lock. Who cares? Have your incubator running, be ready to go. All right, what's the big deal? What males are you looking to pair this year? Here, let's grab a drink. Yeah, I'm drinking this shit. This is disgusting. Joey, no. So this year, my scheduled pairings are this. I'm looking to bulk up on all my pieds. So I have those 2 normal pied girls that should be 1,800, 900 grams time I start pairing them. I have the pastel enchi pied girl that'll be around the same. I got that orange dream, yellow belly, pastel, fire leopard pied male coming from Ozzy. He's only about 120 grams, but Ozzy's feeding him for me as if he was feeding one of his own snakes. So I'm hoping he'll be ready to go this year by late season. I can see trying to pair him up like February, March. Give him like 6 to 8 months. Hopefully hit 600 grams, and then I'll start pairing him up. My Coral Glow Black Pastel Trick Mojave male, he's a year old right around now, I believe. So he'll be definitely ready to go this season early. He's at 740 grams now. So hopefully I can hit that 800 gram, 850 gram mark for him, start breeding him. He's going to go to my lesser pastel girl, hopefully hit a couple of bells. He's going to go to Big Mama. I haven't decided though. Big Mama might get held back for that pied boy and hopefully just create some wild pied hets or wild snakes that are het pied. So my Coral Glow Black Pastel Trick Mojave male, he's going to my lesser pastel female. He's going to go to Luna, which is the white diamond, the Russo and Russo. He's going to go to the Orange Dream Fire Girl. And he's also going to go to my Clown Spider Girl if she gets going. And I have that Banana Enchi Pastel Lesser Fire Girl. I don't know what I'm going to pair her with yet. I might just throw her with that Coral Glow Black Trick Mojave male. There's going to be 9 genes in there. I might just do it and see what happens. I mean, I might create some really, really nice snakes. There might be so many genes in there. I hit a 7-gene combo or 8-gene combo or something where it looks like a jumbled mess. I don't know. I might take this shot and see what happens with that. So I'm probably just pair. If that pied male I'm getting from Ozzy isn't ready to go, I still have my banana pied male. I probably pair him with my pied girls, get some pieds going this year. We'll see what happens. I like Dreamsicle. I mean, it's not something I take a double look at. It's definitely a nice snake. What's the question? I missed the question. How is feeding for a breeder different than feeding for a pet? Okay, so I'm all fucked up here. What do I think about Dreamsicle? I like them. I like the way they look. I have no plan on getting them. So some people, it's a showstopper. They fall in love with them. Not a big fan. Not it doesn't wow me like a clown pie. It doesn't wow me like any clown in general. Like them, really nice. Maybe down in the future, I'll try to work towards that project, but not something I bat an eye on. That's the honest truth. I like both of the highways and the freeways. I have none currently. Maybe down the road I'll get some. My buddy Cooper, that I got my killer entry blade clown female. He just produced a couple. I might grab them for him and just start growing it up. Rob answered the question. I'll answer it anyway. Rob, it's my channel. Kidding. Love you. Several pet owners only. So here's a really good example of that. Now, if you follow my channel, I picked up those 4 snakes 2 weeks ago, last week, right? I got the spider girl, the pied girl, the white wedding boy, and then the pastel boy. So that pied girl is 6 or 7 years old. She's only 1,300 grams. She's undersized for how old she is. But the reason why is because he didn't really plan on breeding her. So he fed her like one small rat every 3 weeks. He did more of a maintenance diet. In other words, he wasn't trying to beef him up. So he just fed it once every 3 weeks. The snake was healthy. He was content with that. He had no reason to get her large, had no reason to put on breeding size, get her 2,500 grams. He wasn't going to breed her. So he fed her at a minimal amount where the snake was still super healthy, super taken care of, but not trying to bulk her up for the breeding season. Now, if you're trying to get them ready for breeding, you have to feed them more, right? It's really that simple. But to me, there is a big difference between power feeding and just feeding healthy. So this is what I do. If I want to get, so a male can be ready to breed within a year, right? You only need about 500 grams, 750 grams for a male to be ready to breed. You can get that done. Like my male in there, he's a year old, he's just under 800 grams, didn't power feed it, okay? So if I want to get a female ready to breed, like for example, I just got my 3 hatchlings, right? I got a normal clown girl, I got that high intensity orange dream yellow belly fire clown girl, and then I got my yellow belly and she double head clown pie girls, right? They're all, one was 56 grams, one was 80 grams, one was like 70 grams. They're all in mid hundreds right now, okay? So what I do with them, the smaller snakes, I want to get them ready, my smaller females, I want to get them ready for breeding season in 2 years, is I feed them once every 4 days, 5 days. And I feed them smaller meals. So they'll get a rat, like at first it was mouse hoppers. So I feed them a mouse hopper on, for me, Saturday, then another mouse hopper on Wednesday. So you're getting 2 meals per weekend to try to get them ready to start taking rats. As soon as I can start getting rats in them, they'll put on size more, quicker because there's more nutrients in rats opposed to mice. You don't want a snake stuck on mice because a large female will need 7 or 8 mice per week to grow to sustain her weight and put on size, and they don't have as much nutrients in them. Plus, they stink and mice are assholes. So if the difference between it is this: if you're trying to bulk that snake up to get it ready for breeding without being detrimental to its health, pet, you don't really care if it's ready for breeding, right? You just care that it's healthy. A snake doesn't need to put on 1,500 to 2,000 grams in a 24-month or 28-month period. You're not going to breed it. So you feed it one small meal every 2 weeks, give or take. I wouldn't do that. I know once every 10 days you can feed it one small rat. My bigger snakes get 1 rat per week. My smaller snakes get 2 rats per week, depending on the size. Yeah, exactly. So if I was you, my females, when I first picked them up, once every 5 days they get a meal. Today I just fed 2 of my girls took rat pups. The ones in deep shed she didn't eat. And I'm going to feed them again on Saturday because I want them ready for breeding season 2 years. Yeah, so Rob, that pastel and she pied girl, she's been eating everything I give her, and she started looking chunky, bro, like real chunky. Where it was like she looked not that she looked uncomfortable, but I was like, you're too fat. So she didn't eat this week. Now I'm gonna see how she looks Saturday, and if she looks, I'll probably give her off this week also, and then feed her Wednesday. So I gave her off 2 Saturdays in a row. Gave her 2.5 weeks off. That's the plan. Because she started to look a little chubby. Because she was that snake where I was like, oh, this one didn't eat, she'll eat her medium-sized rat. And then like my spider clown girl didn't eat like the crawler I had for her. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just give it to the pastel Enchi. She eats everything. And she would eat everything. But then she started getting fat. So I had to put her on diet. And I'm not really worried about being ready for breeding because I think she's like 1,200 or 1,300 grams right now. So she's definitely going to be ready in another 5 months. So I'm taking her off feed for 2.5 weeks let her like calm down. Like Luna's been hammering rats. Like when she laid that night, she went from what 1,800 grams to like 1,100 grams. She's back up to 1,700 grams already. She looks phenomenal. Big Mama's just over 31, 3,200 grams. So I got 900 grams to go. I'm not to the Raven off 3 weeks. Yeah, Raven is chunky, man. Your Raven girl was putting on weight. Like, it happens. Listen, it is what it is. Like, my snake's going to eat, I'm going to feed it. But then again, I don't want to be detrimental to the health of the snake. So my pastel entry girl, pie girl, is definitely on a diet right now. No more rats for her until a week from today. We'll give her another medium frozen thawed. That's the only one that's kind of chunky. The other one that's kind of getting chunky is my killer entry blade clown. She was taking everything, but she kind of thinned out. It's almost like she grew and got longer. I don't know. If I think a deal is fine, where's things going? Yeah, Chris, listen, I get that. I get that thought process. Listen, they're going to eat, feed them. Why not? But it's like a dog, right? Dogs will keep eating too. Some of your snakes are going to keep eating and eating and eating and eating. Just look at them. They start looking. You know if the snake looks fat, right? If the snake looks way too round, way too plump, take it out and put it on a diet. I have the same size. Extra cleanup. Well, that's why I keep Uber. That's why I keep my retic, my boa. They're like my cleanup. I don't actually account for them when I go to Country Critters or I go to Claire to pick up rats. I don't account for them in my pickups because I don't think my ball pythons will eat. Not every snake in my ball python collection is going to eat that day. If it doesn't, it gets tossed in one of these tanks. I do have frozens on hand for the retic, but for the most part, they're my cleanup crew. You know, they'll pretty much eat anything. My boa, you can't even see him half the time, but if somebody doesn't eat a small rat, I throw it in there. 10 minutes later, you hear a squeak. What I miss? If you start looking too chunky. That's true. That's your secret, right? Because God forbid, all of a sudden you have a great eater, you don't let him eat for 2.5 weeks, and they go on a hunger strike on you, right? Then you're shit out of luck. It's actually smart. That's a really good idea. Yeah, so I feed them medium frozen thaweds. They take them. So if she's chunky now, maybe I'll just give her like crawlers just to keep the metabolism going, keep her on food. That's really smart. See, you're a genius. How long have you had that mutation? Exactly. It's a good idea as well. I know it's a good my Raven, look like she's too chubby. No, that's a really good idea, dude. I'm happy you said that. That makes a lot of sense because the last thing you want to do is have a girl that's on a roll and you're planning on, having her breed for a certain season, and all of a sudden you decide to put her on a diet and she decides to go off food on you. And my first normal pie girl did that to me. She went from like 250 to 600 grams in like 3 months, and then she came off food for 5 months. That pissed me off. Yeah, that's a good idea. I want to feed her. I got a crawler left over someone didn't eat. Maybe I'll throw it to her, see if she'll eat it. Very smart. Any other questions, guys? I ran out of questions. I just got him yesterday. Another. Oh, good for you. How much did that cost, mutation? Both hets? What's going on here? Yeah, Porter just had his 8th clutch. Just got them yesterday. Males around 200 grams. Females about 300 grams. Good for you, bro. Well started. They're a pretty penny, right? I think hats are like $4,000 a piece or some shit, aren't they? $2,500 a piece. 1,750 each or total. Is that for both of them? Yeah, hold on. Did I miss something here? I'm hoping the Het Sunset pickups. I'm thinking of Monsoon at 4,000 for hets. Damn, bro, good for you, man. You know what's funny is I like Sunset a lot. That's a nice pickup. Hell yeah, dude. I would be ecstatic with that. Good for you. I like Sunset Clowns a lot. I'm probably not going to get into the Sunset project, to be honest with you. My next clutch, laying, 2 weeks I'll be cutting my first clutch. So today is day 39. So 11 days, 12 days, 13 days, 14 days, something like that. One gene I really want to get into is the Monsoon gene. I know Rob was talking about it. Hopefully he does. Maybe I can piggyback off of him. But once I get my other 3 genes established with the 2 lines of genes that I spoke about, I really want to get into that Monsoon project. I really, really like that Monsoon project. Hey, listen, man. If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady, Rob. Remember that. Be honest with you, Ron, I haven't. I can't remember seeing a pastel entry bongo. To be honest with you, so I can't comment on that because I don't remember ever seeing it. Um, Rob will probably answer that question for you. Yeah, Monsoon's awesome, man. I know right now, in order for you to get into the project, I think to get a male visual, you have to buy like 3 females or 3 hets or something like that. So it's he's doing it the right way. That way, it doesn't blow up. I totally get that, but I definitely want to get into that Monsoon project. Yeah, dude. I listen. Those are three great projects. Right now, I'm focusing on my pies, my clowns, and my puzzles. But naturally, I'll get in the desert ghost, piggyback off of Rob. But eventually, Monsoon is something I like to get into. We'll see. Ultimately, my goal. Oh, that's the one question I didn't answer. And everyone always asks me this question every time I do one of these lives: is what's my ultimate like long term project? My long term project is an Exantic clown pie. So like your lightning clown pie, I guess you could call it. I really want to make one of those. I have the spider clown girl that 50% Exantic, so maybe I'll try to prove her out. I haven't decided yet, but that's my long term goal. Yeah, that's a good plan, man. Make some sunset clowns. Puzzle's cool. I like puzzle a lot. Yeah, I don't know much about Bongo to be honest with you, so I don't want to comment because I don't know. But anything else, guys? I'm starving, so I'm gonna get some food. Anything we're working on right now is spiders and pies. I love spiders, man. I'm gonna. So I made that video recently about like the history of like spiders and spiders like spider potential. And I came under fire, right? A lot of keyboard warriors were up my ass, right? A lot of snowflakes destroying me about you don't know what you're doing. And spiders are cruel, blah blah blah. So I asked a simple question: have you ever produced any? Have you ever had any? And the answer was no, universally across the board. And then they get real nasty. I just block them. I don't feel like dealing with your bullshit. I love Spider. I'm probably gonna make a video all about like my opinion on Spider now that I've been around 4 different specimens. Right, I got my Spider Girl. I got the Spider Head Puzzle Girl with a bunch of other genes in it. I got the White Wedding, and then I have a fourth one, don't I? Oh yeah, the Clown Spider Girl. Haven't had an issue with any of them. They're all great feeders. Well, the Spider Clown just ate today, but for the most part, great feeders. Almost no wobble in any of them. Haven't had an issue. So I love Spider. Later, Joey. I'm a big fan of Spider. Uh, oh, good for you. Yeah, Rob, I would do that in a heartbeat, dude. You can buy her pretty much any other Mustang if you hit a couple. My white lace has more marble than Spider. That's what I don't like. You have these other genes besides Spider, like Champagne. It has the same type of like neurological disorder, and people just destroy Spider. I think the only reason why people pick on Spider is because it's the most unique looking out of all of them, right? Nobody really pays attention to Champagne because it's just like a washed out snake. But when it comes to like Spider, it's a really unique and extreme look. I feel like people just hate on it because of that. Uh, yeah, I mean, Misfit. I look at it like this: people breed bulldogs, people breed French bulldogs, people breed mastiffs, all these different dogs that have genetic issues in them, right? Whether it's a breeding issue or whatever the case may be, and they still breed them. But you have to be aware if I'm buying a French bulldog, I'm buying an English bulldog, that maybe they're going to have like hip problems. Again, I don't know much about breeding dogs. Rob does, but they're going to have certain breeds are going to have hip problems, breathing problems, etc. You still breed them, but you're cognizant of the fact that you have to treat these animals differently. Same thing with spider. Listen, you have to be aware that my spider's slightly different than my other snakes, right? I have noticed this. When I first got my spider girl from my old biology teacher, she did have a little bit of wobble. She was a little weird, but now that she's much more comfortable me holding her, I haven't had issues at all. So as long as you're aware of the fact that, hey, listen, these snakes are different than my normal ball pythons, and you treat them accordingly, right? I notice they want hides. They like to feel more secure than the other snakes. As long as you treat them accordingly, you're aware they have a different issue, you should be fine. I'm not going to stop. I mean, that Spider Girl is probably going to go my Coral Glow Black Pastel male. I like them. Yeah, you're exactly right, man. Like Spider just makes everything look cool, right? It's like one of those genes where, like, to me, you can break things in different categories. You have like color enhancers, patterns that certain things that break up patterns, pattern disruptors, stuff like that. Then you have genes like Pi that just adds to any snake. And then you have genes like spider that you could see spider in almost anything, right? No matter what you ask spider to, you can see the spider influence, and it makes every pattern just look better. Whether it's a spider clown, whether it's bamboo spider, or even like that orange dream yellow belly pastel spider head puzzle girl I have. She looks phenomenal, right? The colors bright, vibrant, and gorgeous. And then you add that dorsal with the spider influence. It's great. I love spider. Listen, if somebody actually does, I don't know. I like spider. A lot of hate. I'm not getting rid of them. You are late ballers. Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. The problem is people post extreme examples, right? There's guys that post videos on YouTube and they take a really extreme example of a bad spider and they put it upside down. Like, look at this thing. This thing is terrible. It can't right itself. This is cruel. Yeah, you have the one really, really fucked up animal. Yeah, I get that. And it's really unfortunate. So treat that animal accordingly. How about we don't put him on his back, right? How about we don't fuck with him for a video? You're showing the one extreme example of what could be wrong with the snake. How about you look at my spiders who have no wobble, no head tilt, no corkscrew, no nothing. Like they're fine, right? So I mean, listen, my opinion may change later on. But I don't think it's going to change at all. I like them. Exact mutation. Yeah, Rob. So I've been doing more research on the whole spider gene. Just reading more or less forums or blogs and stuff like that. And a lot of people say it's like a nervous twitch. So if the handler's nervous or the snake's nervous, not used to being held, that these snake spiders, they seem to have or exhibit more of the wobble or corkscrew then because they're kind of freaking out, right? It's like a nervous twitch for them. For example, like I said, my spider girl I just picked up my biology teacher when I first got her. She was a little weird with me. I've been trying to hold her more because she struck at me a couple times. And now that I've been holding her, she's actually really cool and she doesn't wobble at all. So I definitely think it comes down to the handler. You're going to have extreme examples of anything in life, but I definitely think the spider wobble comes down to the handler or the snake itself. Like I think they all have that gene to have the wobble. They all have that gene to have the corkscrew, but I think it matters on the individual and also the owner of how much that snake is going to exhibit those issues. And if they all have that issue, it's just a matter of whether or not you make it come out in the snake, if that makes sense. Yes. You're right, Marino. I have noticed that the only time I notice with my spider girl, if she gets excited for food, she might strike and miss. My other snakes do that too, but I have noticed that they think they're getting fed, they get a little like jittery. Not even they'll wobble, they just kind of like they're getting ready to strike. I have noticed that you are right, but I haven't had issue with my spiders at all. I love my spiders. Great personalities, the great feeders, right? That spider girl, I'm telling you, boy. Um, She's an older girl too, and she's put on size. She's about 1,700 grams now, 1,700 grams. She's a feisty bitch, man. I open up that tub, she wants to kick my ass. She wants food in it. That's it. Well, I have to like literally entertain her and grab her from behind. Once I touch her, she's cool as can be. Gorgeous snake too. I love it. Yeah, nice bright green eyes. Nice. I posted her the other day on Instagram. Surprised to be let off experience with the gene to make the statement, but from info I noticed, it seems like there are show worse signs under stress. Yeah, Brandon, I kind of just answered that. Yeah, I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe that. I reiterate it. I believe that all the spider genes have the same neurological disorder. I think it's just a matter of if their substrate's good, if their housing's good, if they have hides in their cages. I have heard people say that when you have a spider snake, no matter how big it is, you really want to have a hide in there. You really want to make them feel secure because they do exhibit more of this wobble, more of this corkscrew, etc. when they are more stressed out, nervous, or excited. So I definitely think it's outside factors that are causing the snake to exhibit those symptoms more often than not. Yes, I know they all have the neurological disorder, but I definitely think we can tone it down and they can have a much more normal life if we don't fuck with them a lot and if you treat them accordingly. So I definitely think it's outside influences that affect that neurological disorder more than just exhibiting the traits on their own. I have the worst wobblehead in the world. He eats great. He's my buddy. It's what he means stuff. Giveaway snake. In fact, I'm like 200. So I've had him for a while. Yeah, I would say so. He's that bad, huh? See, that's what I'm saying. You get that occasional comment like, "Oh, no matter what I do, he's just a wobblehead." I mean, you're saying he eats great and he's sweet as can be. So what's the issue, right? I said, yeah, my spiders haven't either. Even that head puzzle spider girl I just got, she eats like a beast. So I definitely think she'll be putting on some size. Joey just left the chat. C&J Reptiles. Check him out on Instagram. He picked up the Spider Enchi Mojave, I believe, that Rob left behind for him. I was secretly hoping he wasn't going to because she was gorgeous, but here's what it is. Real bad? Oh, that's a shame. But any other questions, guys? We had a good one going again today with lack of preparation. Have you ever heard of the Super Mojave with the wobble? I mean, the Super Mojave is a bell, right? With like the grayish head. No, I'm I'm not too familiar. Maybe Rob is. I've never heard of like a Mojave bell, Mojaves, or Super Mojave bell having any wobble. Not at all. I'm not. Out of all the bells, Mojave is the one I like the least, just because most of the examples I've seen aren't true white snakes. They always seem to have like more of like a grayish head. I'm not a fan. Nice. No, did you really? I'm gonna look at it now. Do your thing, Rob. Later, buddy. Love you. Yeah. So, yeah, Baller, I agree with you. I've never heard any Super Mojave issues. Mutation layout. If you look at Luna, my white diamond, my Russo and Russo, her right eye is, I would say, 30 to 40% bigger than the left eye. Never had an issue. Never refuses food. Absolute savage. Well, Russo and Russo's got a bug eye too. I'll tell you that right now. Because her eye, she got that wild eye. She got that crazy horse eye. The eye of the crazy horse. I think she should be facing the snakes. These are bad wild with reading. I agree. Yes, I agree with you there. That's why this year my Coral Glow Black Pastel Trick Mojave male is going to go my lesser pastel. Girl, I want to hit some Mojave lessers. Those are the nicest ones I've seen. I completely agree with you, boy. Damn, man. You doesn't ever seem to cause any issues. Yeah, she always looks like she's like looking at me like this, you know? But never an issue. I love Luna, sweet as can be. Even when I took her clutch out from underneath her, she just kind of hissed me a little bit. I was like, all right, whatever, fucking take the eggs. I don't care. Yeah, I'd be curious, Cody, to see if bad wobble is intrinsic throughout the specimen or you breed it down. Not being rude, guys. I want to take a look. 15 messages. I want to take a look at where you at. I want to see this bamboo chocolate. Can't find it. Can't find it. I'll look later. I'll message you back, brother. I don't want to be a dick right now. My OD Mojave Het Clown male to my female lesser. That's cool. I love Mojave lesser bells. Later, secret. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? I'm probably gonna log off. It's like 10:20. I'm hungry. I'm chunky. I need some food. It is what it is. To answer your question, though, Cody, yeah, I guess I'll probably do the same thing. I don't think there's been some literature about it, whether or not if you have a spider that exhibits really, really bad wobble, if it passes that bad wobble onto the offspring. People have said no. Some people have said yes. I suppose if I hit a really, really nice spider and it happens to have a really bad wobble, I probably will shy away from breeding it just because if it is genetic, I don't want to pass that on. My pastel lesser spider girl has been paired with my black pastel Mojave. That should be cool. Have a great one, my man. Later, mutation. But yeah, listen, guys, another good live. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna work on getting some software this week on so Rob and I can go live together. I miss doing the lives with her. He's not sitting next to me anymore. If I can just get the software where I can talk to him, have the side by side, we can get that banter going, that shit talking going again. I enjoy it. I know a lot of people enjoy it. It's fun. As always, guys, I look forward to Wednesdays doing the live sessions. I actually didn't take overtime tonight just so I can make sure I was here. Blew off my dad, blew off my other friend to come talk to you guys live. But whatever. That's what I do. As always, guys, listen, I appreciate it. Have a great night, guys. You want to continue talking, mess me on Instagram. I'll be sitting on my phone eating and chilling. As always, guys, listen, I appreciate it. We're almost there at almost getting monetized, guys. We're closing in on that. I'm going to announce that giveaway for that pastel male, which kind of sucks. He's a sweet boy. What's up, KY? We're logging off, brother. We're logging off, man. Listen, as always, guys, appreciate it. Thank you. Be safe. Always remember, watch your six.